Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is SewRena, and in today's video we're going to be doing a pattern haul. It's been quite a while since I've done a haul on this channel. I think the last one was done in February, and then every live stream that I've done, which is just 3 here on this channel, I've showed you some new things that I've gotten to either to my PO box or that I've ordered. So today's video is mainly going to be patterns that were sent to me because I've reduced how much I've been buying, but I do have a couple that I bought this year, and so I just kept them all off to the side, mainly because I haven't had time to catalog them properly and put them away. So conveniently they've all been put to side, so now I can share them with you, and I'm really excited to share what it is that I have. So if you're interested in seeing more content, mainly content of me sewing up patterns and things like that, go ahead and like and subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you. If you would like to support this channel any further, you can leave me a virtual tip over on Ko-fi or become a bobbin over on Patreon, where I do exclusive videos, give sneak peeks and things like that. I'm going to pop up the thumbnail of my latest exclusive video for the month, and I hope you will join us over there. Now let's get into the haul. First up, we have Simplicity 8479 in the size 12, bust 30. I recently got this pattern, I think last weekend. It was either last weekend or the weekend before, and it was $1 at my local thrift store. My local thrift stores hardly ever have any patterns, so when I do find them, it's a treat. And then when I find them as cheap as like $1, it's extra. It's more of a treat. So I found this pattern and I really was in love with the bodice on this pattern. I love the really pointed detail. It's so dynamic, and then I love a good button detail like that. That will always have my heart, especially if it's a covered button. The envelope is in kind of rough shape. Well, let's just be honest, it's pretty much falling apart. But and I haven't checked any of these for being complete. I'm fairly sure that the ones that I purchased online are complete, and I know for a fact the ones that I got from Stephanie Canada is complete. But yeah, I don't know if this is complete just yet, but for $1 it was worth the gamble. From the same thrift store, I mainly fell in love with the shape of this dress. I do not like drop waist silhouettes on me, but I also think it's partially because I've only made one other dress with a drop waist and I didn't fit it properly. So I think that could be my main issue on why I do not like this style on me. So I do plan on giving it a go later on, and I figured if I do end up making the alterations that's necessary, that I would want this dress because I do think it's really pretty. I have Simplicity 6157, and it's a John pattern for my son. I don't know if you guys have seen the random little short form videos that I make, and he might be running past or whatever, but he's always wearing some sort of an overall. That style overall is called a John. I don't know why, but that's what it's called. And I really love this style pattern for him for so many reasons. One, it's pretty much like a rectangle with legs and armholes, so they're really quick to make. 2, they can be worn with or without a shirt, so depending on the weather, it's really good. This feels like it feels factory folded and unused, so I have high hopes for this one. Next, I have McCall 6340, and it is a Mrs. Moo pattern in 2 different lengths. I don't know why I got this. It was another one of those dollar patterns. One, I know that the Moo style patterns are, at least for the 50s and 60s era. Let's see what, this was 62. So those ones tend to be a little bit more expensive. So I was like, for $1, let me get it, which I don't know. But also in my brain, somehow I imagine myself wearing a ton of fabric for no reason and just swooshing around my yard, my patio. Will that day come? Who knows? But should that day come, I'll be prepared. All right. This pattern is another pattern for my son. It is Simplicity 90-90. This one's a size 1. It's another John-esque pattern, not necessarily because it zips down the front, and usually the Johns attach at the shoulders, but it's very similar. in nature. And I haven't made this yet. I intended to make a couple of these over the summer, but I just never got around to it because I didn't have the right zipper length, and every time I was like out and about I forgot to. And then we got really lucky with just vintage shopping in general and finding him a lot of, like, not a lot to me, my kids wear things on rotation, so they don't have a ton of clothes because they grow really fast. So I like to just buy 3 or 4 things, or make 3 or 4 things that I really enjoy, so that way I can really see them wear it before they've outgrown it. So because I was able to find like 2 or 3 John Johns in store, I didn't make him anything because I wanted to make sure that he got to wear those a lot, and so I really got to see him in them. Next is Butterick 9428. This is a shirtwaist pattern. I actually bought this a couple weeks ago. No, over a month ago. I actually bought 2 shirtwaist patterns because I really wanted to do like a shirtwaist challenge for September, like Shirtwaist September. However, 2 of my patterns that I purchased last month got lost in the mail, and that kind of took the fire out of me because one pattern in particular, I could only find that one in my size. So when I bought it and it got lost in the mail, that was pretty much the only one that was for sale right now. So I'm kind of bummed out about it because I really wanted that pattern. So I will make this one up eventually, but if in terms of like Shirtwaist September, I'm just like, I don't know that I'm in the mood for it anymore. But I am still making this particular shirtwaist. And now for my backroom finds patterns. I absolutely love Stephanie Canada's, her website. I talk about it all the time when someone asks where I buy my patterns, and not only because she's my friend, but because I've seriously gotten like 90% of my wish list patterns from her website. I don't know if she's like downloaded into my brain, but she always finds my wish list patterns, and I'm so grateful for her seeking abilities. So this one I should probably have saved for last, but this one was in her pattern haul, and as soon as I saw it, I don't know if it was live, but as soon as I saw it, I messaged her. I don't know. I think I DM'd her on Instagram, and I was like, that one's mine. I don't care what you price it as. I'm buying it. So this is Vogue 9823. It comes in 2 different lengths, and I want to make both. One, the opera length, like over the top train length coat, it just needs to be made because it just needs to exist in this world. And then 2, the second version that's shorter, view A, for practicality. Like, I'm not gonna be able to walk around and be everywhere I go, but I can wear A almost anywhere and it will fit in my car. So I look forward to making this. I will be saving up to make view B in a beautiful brocade, so who knows when that's gonna get done. And so I'll probably make view A in wool because it's practical. And then she was so sweet to send me a slip cover pattern, and I think the matching tablecloth pattern with it. She knows I love these like home decor crafty style patterns, so she just slipped this into my purchase, and I really appreciate that because I will be making that. It screams Valentine's Day, but because my dining room is very kitschy, as soon as I'm done redoing the dining room chairs, I will make slip covers for them because it's so cute. Now for modern patterns. Did I mention I had modern patterns in this haul? Okay, so these are retro inspired modern patterns, and I mainly bought them to support Gwen. She is another vintage inspired seamstress sewist on Instagram, and I think she has a YouTube as well. But she makes or designs or co-designs, I don't know what we would consider it, but she's definitely a designer for Know Me Patterns by Mimi G. And she released 2 patterns so far. I know she has another one coming out in the springtime, and they're both the 60s inspired. The ME 2029, I actually found a true vintage dress that looks exactly like this design, so it'd be really cool to recreate using her pattern. And then the ME 2021 was her very first pattern that she designed for them, and I love the bow and bell sleeves. Like, she's such an amazing designer. She's so sweet, and I was really excited to support her. In fact, there's other Know Me designers that I would like to support, but the problem is I don't go to Joann's often enough to where I don't miss the sale. So the next time I'm there and the sale is running, which is almost never, like it took me 6-7 months to get these to begin with. So the next time I'm there, I plan on picking up some more patterns from other designers, mainly the men's collection, so I can make Mr. SewRena some like dress, like not dress pants, but like cute tops and some trousers. I'm big on learning how to make him some trousers because I feel like they would look a lot better if they were custom. Now we're getting into patterns that were sent to me by some of my friends. So this is a skirt. This is Simplicity 2131. It's a waist 34. I think my favorite view is view 2, the plaid view. But I cannot say that I'm not in love with that really cute belt with that like dimensional, like the curves, the angles. It's kind of like midriff-esque. It's not that. I can't remember what the name of that is called, but the belt is beautiful. I think it's so cool. So I really like that skirt. Also, before my friends send me patterns, they usually send me like photos so I can choose what I want, so that way I don't end up with duplicates, or I don't take on patterns that I'm not going to actually use or have no interest in using. This other one has beautiful like built-in midriff shape, like an umpire shape. I don't know. The skirt is gorgeous. And it has several gores. Let's see how many gores, if it tells you. A 10 gore skirt. And it is a waist 24, hip 23, Simplicity 39.77. I love this style skirt. I have one other, I think, that has like suspenders. I'm not 100% sure, but I do know that I love this style pattern. And I would have to open it up to see what year it's from, but I'm pretty sure this one's from the 50s, and then the one before is 1940s. Moving into the 40s some more, we have McCall's suit 6009. It's a size 12, bust 30. This is from 1945, and now that I see it in person, I'm like this close to thinking I have this pattern already. Either that or the sketch of this lady with that bun is very familiar. Now we have a 1930s pattern. It's a Simplicity size 14, bust 32. And does this even, oh, it's Simplicity 2574. I have not made any 1930s patterns before yet. I have a couple in my collection. I guess because these are the oldest patterns that I owned, I'm a little afraid of like touching them. I'm like so scared of touching them, but I do love the silhouette of the 30s. I feel like if I actually made one up, I would feel as confident in them as I do like wearing 1960s. Next, we have what looks to be a late 30s, early 40s, judging by the pattern design, like the pattern art design. And it is Simplicity 3140. It's a size 14, bust 32. The pattern, it's an unprinted pattern, which those are fun to work with. I don't know. I get so nervous. I don't know why. Like, I'll have to overcome it, and then I'll just be making a whole bunch of them. We have another 1940s. It's McCall 6324, bust 12. I mean, size 12. Size 12. There is no bust written on here. And this is from 1945. It's so cute. I really do like the apron front on this, and I like the top stitch detail. I don't know that I would ever do the ruffle detail around the front, because then it does feel like you're just walking around wearing an apron. But the top stitching design, I can get behind that, especially if it's done by hand, so you can really see the contrasting thread. Ooh. Oh, okay, so this envelope is missing the back half, is it? Yeah, it's missing the back half. And this is a 1940s pattern. It's McCall's 6364, size 12, bust 30. I love the simplicity of this dress. I like that the shoulders are attached. Like, I really like these very simple, easy to put together 1940s outfits. And they seem like they're very wearable and just quick to throw on, because even though I do dress vintage every single day, there are days that I don't necessarily want to wear a full slip, and those are the days that I turn to my 1940s gowns, where I just put on like a simple nylon slip, no floof, and then I throw a dress over the top. I feel put together with the least amount of effort. Now I have a blouse from the 1940s. It's a Hollywood pattern. It's Hollywood 1725. It has, these aren't attached sleeves. It's kind of like a cap sleeve. And it has a, what do you call that? A jabot or something like that. It says yeah, it's called a jabot on the front. And I really like this. It's so wild though, because I don't know how much I love skirt separates. I don't know, like, I don't know. Maybe I haven't come, I did say in a past video that I don't like making blouses already, right? I'm pretty sure I said that. Like, blouses to me sometimes feel so tedious because I then have to figure out what to pair it with after putting in all the extra effort, while also loving the style of the blouses. Next, we have another 1940s McCall 6391, and I'm definitely thinking now that this model, like the sketch with the hair in the bun, was reused a lot, because now this pattern, she has the same hairstyle, but her like ribbon is tied to the back of her head. And this has a, what do you call it, like a raglan sleeve, but it's still attached. Like, I don't know, it's like a cap sleeve cut. It has the, it's not a midriff. I really need to get that, the name of that together. But it has like a little peak that peaks down at the waistline. And it is from 1946. It looks like another simple, easy to wear dress. Next things next is a 1950s or 60s. Let's see if it's on here. This really does look like a 1950s, just judging by the model, but also because of the view one, it kind of looks like it could be 60s as well. And this is Simplicity 1260. It also has a drop waist on it, but I really feel like I could get behind this because it feels more casual to me. And it also looks like I could make it out of a nice heavy flannel, which will be very warm and very cute and kind of academic. I don't know, super cute. I love it. Especially the view one with the slim skirt. It looks like you could wear it to the office. It's so nice. Next, we have another one from Backroom Finds. This one she sent to me, so I'm so grateful. It's Butterick 7673. It's a gents pattern, and I mainly fell in love with this for view B. I love the way that the shirt comes on, and it has like the little button details at the neck, like I told you that I enjoyed from the first pattern that I shared today. And I'm gonna have to do some serious grading for this because this is not his size at all, but it looks simple enough. And then on view A, I really like the machine decorative stitching, because I pretty much have all these stitches on my vintage machine, so it'll be really cute to recreate it. Next, we have Simplicity 3401. This was sent to me. It's in a size 12, bust 30. I love the gown, how it like has, I'm pretty sure it has holes at the waistline, so it cinches in the front, but it kind of like blouses out in the back. Very dreamy. Will you catch me running down my basement stairs where it just like billows in the back? Absolutely. Will I trip going on the way back up? Absolutely. But it'll be worth it. And I want to make this as soon as I can find like the perfect materials to put this together. I have quite a few house coats very similar, and the only thing that keeps me from making these sets is the fact that I want to find suitable materials that will really give it justice. Next, we have Advanced 5123. This looks like a 1940s pattern, though I can't tell you for sure. this shirt that it's like a late 1940s, early 1950s pattern. The big pockets, the shirt waist, I love it. It looks so easy to wear, very simple yet cute. And it's teenage fashion, so it's youthful as well. And next we have Simplicity 3718. It's a junior style. This is a very loose fitting dress. This feels like a very relaxed fit, but very put together because it's accessorized with a matching belt, whether it be contrasting or made of the same material. I actually like both styles and I can see myself making both. I got this from a local antique shop for $2.95, and I feel like this would make a very nice fall winter dress, so I picked it up. It looks like it'd be suitable for a heavy flannel. Next we have Advance 8172. I don't know if this would be considered a shirtwaist, but it's like a double-breasted style, like ridiculous collar. Like, it's everything that I love. It's the shirtwaist, it's the big collar, it's a statement dress, and I could see myself making a statement in this, so I love it. It's Advance 8172 if I haven't already said, and it's a size 12. Next, I bought this at the beginning of the year, including the fabric to make it, and I didn't get around to making it just yet, and I can't remember why. I think it's because I haven't gone out of my way to find the ribbon for the bow detail in the front. But this is Simplicity 4688. It's a junior's 9, bust 30.5. I cannot wait to make this, and I can't wait to share the material that I bought to make this. I think it's gonna be so cute. It's so me. I don't know, I just love it. And they also show you how to do the shaping for the bubble at the hip. And you know I'm all about learning how to shape things. And so I'll be excited to sew this up and share that with you, just in case you want to add that to your own sewing. And then luckily for me, oddly for me, I already have the material that I need to do the shaping. Next is another fave. It is a Ole Cassini 1960s pattern. So a little bit of a story time. When I was getting married, I went to a big box store, wedding dress place, whatever. I didn't know how to sew. So I went there. I knew I didn't want to wear like a off the rack normal wedding dress, but also I didn't have any guidance. I didn't know where to start. I didn't know what to do. So I was just like, okay, this is like the easiest way. So I went to the store and I didn't really like bridal shopping. In fact, I actually hated it. And then I came across an Ole Cassini dress that was like a mermaid style dress. It had lace, and I'm pretty sure it had like off the shoulder sleeves, or I wanted to make it off the shoulder sleeve. Either way, it was like off the shoulder. I know it had sleeves, but it wasn't like a long sleeve or anything like that. The dress was like super, super expensive, and I could not afford the dress. And so, well, that's not necessary. I couldn't afford the dress, but then I could have put it on credit. But I was also like, I don't want any debt for my wedding. And my husband and I paid for our wedding ourselves, and we were really young. So we paid for our wedding ourselves, and I was just like, I'm not gonna go in debt for this, because after we say I do, I don't want to be paying for something that has already happened. So I did not get the Ole Cassini dress, which I had fallen in love with. Even though I really thought about it, I put it on hold. Like, I did all of the things, but then I realized that I would rather be debt free than have that dress. So then I found like my runner-up dress, which is a dress that I got married in that I loved, but like I don't know. I think that even if I had access to like true vintage dresses, then maybe the Ole Cassini dress would not have been the dress. But because it was the closest thing that I could come to what I had envisioned as someone who knew I wanted to wear vintage but didn't exactly know what my vintage style was because I wasn't dressing vintage, I felt like that was the closest thing to it. So long story short, I did not get the dress, got another dress, loved the other dress. Then I learned how to sew, and then a couple years into learning how to sew, I'm searching vintage patterns because now I want to sew vintage. And then I come across Ole Cassini having his own line of vintage patterns, or own line of patterns in the past, but now they're vintage. And I was just like, 1 year for my anniversary, I'm going to sew up one of his dresses exactly the way that I want it. And no, it will not be my wedding dress. It won't even be a wedding dress, but it will be a killer design, and I will be wearing one of his designs. So I didn't buy a pattern. My friend offered it to me, and I was just like, thank you so much. Like, it means the world to me. You'll never know. So that's my very long story about falling in love with the dress, not buying the dress, and then now I can sew one of his designs. Next, we have another 1960s style pattern, McCall's 5734. Yes, I fell in love with this pattern for the jacket with the super cute over-the-top shawl collar. I will be making this dress eventually. I feel like I'm going to be fall sewing into the spring. Like fall and winter sewing into the spring. And this is exactly 1960. That's the copyright date on this pattern. Fell in love came from the same friend who sent me the Ole Cassini pattern. Last but certainly not least, also this could have been a way longer video, so if you want a like part 2, let me know. I have this Simplicity 2013, and this has my favorite midriff, like my midriff detail on the waist. I have a video sharing my favorite dress pattern, so I can pop in a photo of what that looks like, and if you compare it to this one, you'll see why it is that I love this one. And it has like an attached shoulder. I don't know why I haven't made this yet, possibly because I haven't found the perfect fabric. Like I always feel like I have to pair the fabric perfectly with the pattern, so that does delay some of my progress. But I love this, and so I hope you guys enjoyed this haul today. I'm so excited to share with you guys. I'm in between 2 projects at once right now, and I haven't gotten them done yet, so I just wanted to share some of my stash with you guys. And I'm so busy. The kids are now into activities, so I don't know how I'm gonna like map out live streams. So I figured we could just set this as a premiere, and then I can chat with you guys on the go as this is being released. So glad to have you with me. Thanks for sticking through. Let me know which ones are your favorite, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video, which should be a sewing video. Thank you guys so much for all of your support, your likes, your comments, all of it. It means the world to me, and it's definitely helping my little channel grow. If you would like to support this channel any further, you can leave me a virtual tip on Ko-fi, or you can become a patron over on Patreon. We would absolutely love to have you as a bobbin. Until next time, have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.